Okay, in this video we're going to continue on with our four-color composition. So let's take a look at the project here, and we'll see if we can apply this to the complementary colors. So first thing I'm going to do is open the project here and take a look at it. So open recent here. Let's go to four-color composition. These are my warmer colors, so I'm going to turn that layer off, but it's still there, of course, and go down to my second layer. And this assignment calls for you to use the posterize filter, so we're going to do that first. So if you go over to colors here in GIMP, you can actually get the posterize filter down below. And if you look at that, that's not really simplifying things, is it? So we can adjust these numbers here. That might be easy to deal with, but it's kind of cartoonish. So let's maybe go up here a little bit with it. That's not too bad. We could probably work with that pretty well too. That looks pretty good right there. So anyway, you got to figure out ways to isolate your colors here. That's getting kind of busy there. So I think about 6 or 7 is what we're looking at here. And that's something I think we can work with. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and there's my posterized picture. So what I'm going to do is start thinking about my color schemes here and looking at complementary colors. So the first thing I want to do is open up a color wheel here. And if you've noticed, and I'll show you that I posted some color wheels just beneath the module for week 4. But I have some saved in here, so I'm just going to go into my video demos and find those color wheels. Here we go. And there are several color wheels here you can choose from. These from simple to more complex. I'm going to go ahead and just select this one here. I like this one. So I'm just going to open it actually. I'm going to leave it, keep it separate from Photoshop. And just leave it over here so we can look at it from time to time. And notice here that we're looking at a color that's about in this realm here. So if we're looking at a complement, the direct complement of that pink is this sort of a fluorescent green. Now on the flip side, we could look at the blue on the shirt and then change the background. So if you look at this blue, we're kind of sitting in this area here, maybe somewhere in this area, I would think, or this yeah, in this realm, if you will. So we're looking at probably shooting for tannish to tannish, an orange tan, somewhere in there. So again, if you're looking at a certain color, you go directly across to find its complement. You go in a straight line directly across the color wheel. And so we're going for kind of an orange or a tannish orange. So let's just fiddle with the background. That might be a little bit easier. And let's go ahead and select the background there and shoot for maybe one of these two colors. So let's see if we can hover into the orange realm here somewhere. So here, down here, we're in the oranges. That's good. And let's see if we can bring some of that into play here. Now we're getting kind of reddish there. So we want to be careful and not get too much red in there, but let's try that, something like that. We may be completely off, but let's check it out. That looks pretty good, actually. That kind of matches this color, or this, or somewhere in here. Our shirt is a little muted. It's kind of maybe more of a this color here. So yeah, we're pretty close right there. Actually, that looks pretty good. I think I can live with that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Other things we might want to look at are the skin tones. So here I can have the skin tone maybe match the background a little bit more as well. So I'm going to grab this here and look at changing some of those skin tones to match the background a little bit more. So here I can go over to colors, hue, saturation, play around with that. Here I can adjust the hue, bring out more of the oranges, depending on which way I go, or bring out the reds. Saturate it even a little bit. I'm just experimenting here. I haven't really decided to commit to changing these, but you can see how the hues are actually kind of changing there. I'm not able to get the red that I'd like though, but I could bring that down. So let's try the other ones instead. So Control Z here, and let's do Shift Control A. Let's see here, Shift Control A, and let's see if we can adjust some of these reds to match that instead. Here I can up my threshold and see if that helps. You can select entire areas too, which might be even easier. Let's try that and see what we can do, and then go up to colors, hue, saturation again, and looking at hues we can kind of adjust to see where we can get closer to those colors. And there we're starting to get some orange there. I like that. That's kind of matching the background there. And so then I may go with that and adjust that, and Shift Control A. Let's close this first, Shift Control A. And you can see some of these colors are approaching that. I could probably adjust those a little bit more. So let's go in here and just grab the colors again here. And excuse me. I'm kind of sick lately. So anyway, let's go back to hue saturation. And we're looking for more of that orange tint. So I think we're pretty close there. Maybe even lighten it up a little bit or darken it. Kind of hard to get it just right there, but you can play around with that and see if you can. That's closer, yeah. So anyway, you can kind of see how that's kind of working there, and we're getting a little bit closer to that tone in the background. Let's try it again here. Now we're moving away from the oranges and yellows. Try to keep it within that, and then maybe saturate it a little bit more here. You can make it darker or lighter, it's up to you. But the idea is to try to get close to that color. That's looking better. And maybe bring it back this way or this way. That's closer there. So you can see kind of how that's working there to bring out the colors in the background. Notice we got some yellows there too, which is kind of interesting. So maybe we can exploit those. So this yellow, a good complement to that yellow is probably going to be some kind of dark blue. So maybe we can adjust those. So let's take a look here at this yellowish color. Let's bring the threshold down here, back down to about 18 maybe. See if we can just get that area. And let's zoom in so we can really see it. Okay, now if you look at that yellow now, I can invert that color again by just going up to Colors, Invert. And notice that it's just a royal blue. I think we can deal with that on the shirt there, and bring out some of that yellow in the face. So down here we're pretty close. We've got this nice purple. But we're going to change that to more of a royal or a darker blue maybe even. Okay, so I'm just going to select those areas if I can, just get them all in one shot. And see if we can add that color into that selected area. Let me zoom out here too. If I hold down Control, that's going to take me into the minus realm. Okay, and we'll bring this over here. Shift, or not Shift, sorry. Yeah, Shift and click on the other areas of that similar color. And again, I may not get it all in first shot, but we're pretty close here. Grab it there, maybe right here. We can get some of that. And just grab color picker tool maybe. And no, I don't know if we have any of that light blue. Let's just grab the area here. Okay, and we're going for a blue, maybe kind of more in the purplish realm, or darker, in a darker realm. That looks pretty good, maybe even a little bit darker than that. So let's bring this slider down. Okay, let's see if we can bring down the, yeah, it looks pretty good right there. Okay, excuse me. Let's see if we can get that as dark as we can. Okay, there we go, that looks good right there. Okay, now grab this and just go ahead and start filling that in. I think that pretty much got everything. And maybe we can take that green and make it yellow. So let's select that greenish area right there and right here. Maybe just right there. Let's see if we can select a yellow that's similar to the one that we have in our composition there. Maybe a little bit brighter. Up here, that looks pretty good. Let's work with that. Click OK, grab your paint can, and bring out some of those complementary colors. You can see there how they're complementing each other. And we could do the same over here. That might be kind of interesting. Well, let's see if we can shift click on this. Okay, so far so good. Well, that's stubborn. Okay, and let's grab the paint can to see if we can start filling that in. Shift Control A. Okay, and then looking around, maybe we can get some dark blue around that just to keep that complement going. So let's grab this here and see if I can select that area. Let's try again there. Okay. Let's grab the color picker. Paint can. There we go. I'm not doing much there. Okay, let me zoom in here. And look at, so there we see we've got some color that we can change. So let's go ahead and select those pixels and then just fill it in. There we go. That zoom is going to be your best friend on some of these projects when you're really trying to get in there and do some deep editing. Paint can again. Get that mostly covered up there. Okay, select this area right here maybe. Bring out some of the yellow. Color picker. Paint can. Problem solved. Okay, so that's kind of the idea, is we're trying to bring out some complementary colors in the composition. And again, you would do that by selecting key areas and filling those in with colors that will help you achieve that purpose. Okay, so I'm going to keep working with this, and I'll see you in a few minutes.